What's good, y'all? Y'all messing with the angle? I like it. Alright, so today I have it's another how I study video relating to Japanese. The last one was well received, but I also realized that I needed to give y'all more fundamentals. So today I'm showing y'all how I study one of the writing systems for Japanese. If you don't know, Japanese has 3 writing systems: Hiragana, Katakana, and Kanji. And today I'm going to show you how I started studying Hiragana and subsequently Katakana and Kanji. So I'm actually going to take you over to the Steam profile. And we're going to ignore all these other games that are on here, and we're going to go to this one. Learn Japanese to survive Hiragana battle. As you can see, it's been a while since I played it. March 24th. Playtime is a little under a day. But this right here is how I started out with my learning. And as you can see, they have another one, Kanji Combat and Katakana War. That one I never played. Kanji Combat I need to get back on, honestly, because my kanji is lacking. But Hiragana Battle is the first one that I played, so we're gonna go ahead and load that up for you. Okay, so I got the game up and I've got my controller. You can play it with the controller. You can play it with your mouse and keyboard, whatever. I've just got a basic Logitech controller, just like my camera. So here's my old files. They're actually not where they should be, just because when I changed computers, my Steam data reset. But we're gonna go ahead and start a new game, and I'm gonna show y'all it from the basics. So yokoso, welcome. And I teach you very basic hiragana. I'm gonna go through and tell y'all basically like the good and the bad of this, because I do think that there's critiques that I have for this game, and things I would not recommend that I did when I was first learning that I would not recommend you doing. So here's our protagonist. I'm blanking on her name, Claire. There we go. I think this dude's name is Leon, I want to say, or it's Eric. I think the other dude's name is Leon. But so you have your main characters, and it's basically your traditional JRPG. I've made an RPG maker, everything like that. I'm gonna make sure that everything's recording properly. And so we're gonna go ahead and get through some story. I'm gonna tell you all the overview in a second. Okay, so basically, this dude right here, he's gonna pull up, and this is your bad guy. He says konnichiwa, good day. Yeah. So this guy, he pulls up. This is your main villain. What does he say? Sayonara. And basically, you see it right here. The world is getting destroyed by this guy, and I can't remember his name. I actually never beat this game. Maybe I should try to actually beat this game sometime. And he appears and he attacks you. If you don't understand Japanese, he says you can't dispel his magic. And he sends out Hiragana warriors, which are these right here. And this is the formula for the game. And basically what you do is you try to attack. It doesn't matter who you try to attack here. This is your tutorial that tells you that you can't do nothing because you don't know Japanese. And so your goal, learn Japanese to be able to fight the Hiragana warriors and save the world, defeat the bad guy. Which, yeah, like I said, traditional JRPG. The only difference is it forces you to learn Japanese. So next, your teacher is gonna come, Misaki, and basically this is where we're gonna start getting into like the rest of like the pattern for the game that it follows. Naburo is the villain, and you have to know Japanese to be able to dispel his magic. That's what they're saying. So we're gonna learn our first lesson, and here is where I'm going to show y'all. This is how I learned, is through this. We have everyone: Eric, Leon, Claire, and Misaki. And so, yep, have a pen and a notebook. And I did take notes while doing this. Like, I was taking notes assiduously, bro. I was writing down everything, every little bit of data that they gave me. Kunyomi, onyomi. The only thing I didn't do is stroke order, but you should pay attention to stroke order as well. So katakana is for foreign words, kanji is borrowed Chinese. They're explaining the language systems here. You should focus on the words that they're saying. 46 basic hiragana characters. And then 25 using, dakuten and hendakuten. Which is all things that they go over the more that you play the game and the more that you go into it. So I do recommend like playing this game and learning, but pace yourself. Like I said in the last one, if you watched the last one, spaced repetition. Don't try to cram everything. Like, learn it and give your mind some breaks to try to forget it and practice that retrieval of it. So you start recognizing it just like this and you can retrieve that information. So learning the first 5, go through each character and go how to pronounce it, and then have a quiz. Which I realized, I wonder if my volume is even. So they teach vowels first, and yep, one by one. Okay, so that's my fault. I realized I had the game very, very low, just because when I play, I don't usually listen because I know everything is very sounds as it's read. There's one, unlike English where there's multiple like ways for things to sound. What you read is what you say. I can't think of any examples otherwise. So they're gonna go ahead and teach you your vowels. This standard formula, it tells you the vowel, stroke order, how to pronounce it. Yep, they'll show you that. Stroke order, pay attention to stroke order. And yeah, you'll write it. If you need a review, they give you tips. So you do it right. If you need a review, can your pronunciation again. You need to see the writing animation again, they'll play you the writing animation again. And basically you'll do that for all of the characters that they have in that lesson. So they'll do it for A, E, E, U, and O. You'll say continue lesson once you're ready to move on to the next one. Okay, so I skipped a little bit of text, but once you get to the end of the lesson, they'll let you save. They'll go over your review. You get a study guide, which you can use to go back over and look at everything. And at the end, they'll give you a little quiz. And how, what's it called? On what you learned to make sure that you understand it. And then once you get through these, you'll go ahead and actually go explore. Like, they have an exploration stage that is just like any like Pokemon would be probably like the best example. Where you just walk around and you'll randomly run into Hiragana warriors like we saw earlier and have to fight them, but you'll actually have like the knowledge this time, which is what it's showing us right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you a real quick thing. Here we go, tutorial battle. So characters appear. They got their hard rock thing. Eric, Leon, headstrong, toxic masculinity, trying to impress some, the women, and they get captured, basically. They get kidnapped. So, like Misaki is saying, you'll go ahead and when you attack, you're gonna attack with the knowledge. So, yeah. HP, MP, if you played any JRPG, you'll know this, and that's why this game was so perfect for me and might help other people, is that I played JRPGs. So having a thing that's in the form of a JRPG for me was like perfect for like helping me get my foundations. And as you'll see, the characters or A would be like your English equivalent. So you just hit it with A, and that's how you do damage. So once you beat the next thing, or like the little area, you'll go ahead and do another one. And this one, it teaches you the ka set, which is where you start combining your vowels with consonants. And that's what we're seeing here. And it's gonna follow the exact same format as everything else. It shows you the symbol, romanji for it, and then pronunciation, as well as the writing stroke practice. Now, here's where I'm gonna start giving my critique on the game and things that I think that it could do better. So first off, a tip: do as many fights as possible when you're first learning. One, because you actually do need the experience to get through this game. It is actually a game that you need to have that experience in, like quite literally, because the battles get hard. But also, the more you do it, the more you get that visual sort of like recognition, where it's like the more you see somebody's face, the more you start to recognize, like you put the name with their face. It's like that. The more you see it and are able to get the correct answer, it helps with your learning, it helps with your memory. So more so my critiques with the game is that, one, there is not a lot of reverse. There's not a lot of English. You pick the Japanese character, which can be it has a different sort of function when you see the English word picking out the Japanese, and when you see the Japanese and translating it to English. They're two different functions, which is something that you'll just have to work on your own. Now, my second critique comes that eventually down the line, they will start to teach you vocabulary, like vocab words, like inu, which is dog, neko, cat, stuff like that. They'll start to teach you vocab words. Now, when they teach it, you don't know all of the hiragana yet that makes up the words, or like the katakana for it. So what you're learning is essentially like whatever characters you know in hiragana, and the rest in romaji, which is like the English pronunciation. And for me, I would recommend not doing that. I would recommend play this game just for the kana, just to learn hiragana. Ignore the vocab. You don't need to know it for there's a few words that you'll want to know if you do side quests and stuff like that, but you don't need to know it to beat the main game, to my knowledge. I haven't beat the game, but I'm pretty certain that you don't need to know the vocab. So I would not learn it, because you start to learn how to read the English pronunciation instead of pairing the visual with the kanji, or with the kana, with the word that you're trying to learn, which is something entirely different on its own that I could like make a video about, is how to study vocab words, separate from what way I showed, like with the spaced repetition. There's other ways to do it, and especially other ways to do it what they do. So yeah, that's my other critique, is I would not recommend doing the vocab with this game. Use it just for hiragana. You can pay attention to the vocab if you want, but don't try to study it until you know all of the hiragana that makes up that word, because that's just going to give you a lot less reliance on romaji, which is something that I had a heavy reliance on when I was first starting out. That came at my detriment. Okay, but with that being said, that is pretty much my how to study for today, on how I started studying hiragana and what advice I can give towards you for that. And I did get the game on Steam, and I think it is $6.99 for this one. They do have a trilogy bundle that I think is $20 that has all of them. DLC, which is the study guide, whatever you want to spend for it, for your education, is what you'll get. But I will say that usually you can get this game on sale, so I would wait for a sale, because it's like about $2 for any of the three when it's on sale, or when they're on sale. So you can get like all three of them for the price of one of them if you just wait. But if you don't want to wait, $6-7 is not bad for a game, and in my opinion is well made. It did help me learn. It's just a matter of you put it into it, and now I can give you all the knowledge that I wish I had when I was first going into it. And actually, real quick, they do have an example where I was talking about when you learn your vocab right here that they have, romaji, which is that blue one up top. Don't use that. I would not recommend using that. Use just the hiragana and just the English. If they don't give you the entire word in hiragana, don't learn it yet. Yeah, that's basically all I have for y'all today. I do hope that you enjoyed. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Anything else that you want to know. It's basically like a video game review. With this one, keep it thematic with what I do on the channel. But with that being said, stay safe, safe move. It's a crazy world out there. Only you can be you. You know, stay hydrated. Make sure you got some food. You know, gotta take care of yourself. Do whatever you can to love yourself. Cause y'all know I love y'all. So make sure you love yourself. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.